Hi, my name's Tyler Kruckelberg. I'm the Conservation Officer in Oneida, South Dakota. Just here today to talk to you about some ice safety tips. So to kind of summarize some of the big safety items that you can have with you when you're out ice fishing, and I'll kind of run through these things with you here. So the first one I'll talk with you guys about is this red bar here is called a spud bar. A spud bar has got quite a bit of weight to it, but essentially what you're doing with this is you're taking it as you walk along the ice, you're just punching it into the ground to check ice thickness. Again, about 2 punches. If you can punch it twice in one spot, it's generally safe to walk on.
This is an example of finding unsafe ice by using a spud bar. As you can see, he has that spud bar and he's jamming it into the ice. You're supposed to jam it twice in one spot, and some of those times he can't even get it once before it pokes all the way through the ice. This is 100% unsafe ice.
But as I mentioned earlier, ice is never completely safe. The other item you can have in the event that you did ever fall through, having ice picks with you can be really important. These will, obviously when you fall through the ice, water on top of ice makes it extremely slippery, and you want these to be readily available for you, so having them around your neck like this gives you the ability to grab them and use them. And you jam these into the ice, and that helps you give you traction in the event that you do fall into the water or fall through the ice. For either yourself or even if it's just available for you and someone else ever needed to come help you or rescue you, having any kind of rope. This is a throw bag here that's kind of designed to throw out to somebody in the event that someone falls out of a boat or anything or falls through the ice. But having something to throw out to either yourself if somebody else needed to come save you, or one of your buddies that you might be fishing with. This allows you to throw something to them to help pull them out in the event that someone did go through the ice. And as most of you know, this is a life jacket. Having these on, for one, it gives you a little more insulation, so either wearing it under your jacket, it just helps keep you warm, and then it also keeps you floating above, so you're not having to do all the work to try to tread water in the event that you did fall through the ice. And nowadays they have jackets and bibs that can help you float as well, that are designed for ice fishing. And then another thing, a safety thing, obviously ice, when there's no snow on top of it, or if it's just glare ice, it's obviously slippery. So having something on your boots, these are called ice cleats. There's all different forms of ice cleats out there, but these give you the ability to have good traction to move on ice, because it doesn't take much for somebody to slip and fall and hit your head and have issues with that, and you might break an arm or knock yourself out, anything like that. That's important to have safe traction when you're on the ice. So these are kind of some of the safety items to have when you go out on the ice fishing or anything else.
If you ever come across a situation where you do fall through the ice, it's important to stay calm and attempt what is called a self-rescue. So he's going to demonstrate it for us here, and he's going to try and stay as horizontal as possible and try and kick his feet behind him while he's trying to get traction on the ice right here. This is also where those picks would come in handy. Then he's going to roll away from the hole and push himself as far away from the hole as he can, either with your feet or by rolling over on your belly and army crawling. These are all good techniques to try and get yourself out of the water and onto safer ice. Now here's another example of him showing us how you would get out of the ice if you were all by yourself. Now here's another technique he's showing us. So if you're on really weak ice, there's a possibility that you can bust through the ice and get to stronger ice. This one looks a little funny because he's busting away from shore, but he's just doing this for demonstration purposes for us. Ice is a very dangerous situation, and you don't want to mess around on it. If you're in a situation and one of your friends falls through and they are struggling at all, please call your local fire department. They have the trained professionals and equipment to get you out of the ice and make sure you're safe. These were a few basic tips and tricks on ice safety. If you're cautious and you're careful about what you're doing, there's no reason that you can't go out and have a safe, fun ice fishing experience.